Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Being part of a royal family might seem enticing, but more often than not, it comes at the expense of everything else, like your freedom, your privacy, and sometimes even your head. Even the Royals is a podcast from Wondery that pulls back the curtain on royal families, past and present, from all over the world to show you the darker side of what it means to be royalty. Like the true stories behind the 6 wives of Henry VIII, whose lives were so much more than just divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. Or Esther of Burundi, a princess who fled her home country to become France's first black supermodel. To Queen Christina of Sweden, an icon who traded in dresses for pants, had an affair with her lady-in-waiting, and eventually gave up her crown because she refused to get married. Throw in her involvement in a murder and an attempt to become Queen of Poland, and you have one of the most unforgettable legacies in royal history. Instead of settling for a predictable royal life, these women blew theirs up in the name of freedom and embracing their true selves. You're about to hear a preview of Even the Royals. While you're listening, follow Even the Royals on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A quick note about our show. We do a lot of research for our stories, but we also aren't your high school history class, so some details and scenes are dramatized. And today's episode may contain language that you probably shouldn't say at Fashion Week. Please be advised. All right, Brooke. So one of the shows we've been rewatching at our sleepovers is America's Next Top Model.
Yes.
It's been one hell of a catwalk down memory lane.
Oh, it sure has.
How old were you when you first started watching it? Do you remember?
I guess as soon as it came out, like teens-ish.
Yeah. And, thank God it wasn't at all traumatizing for young women everywhere.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
Well, okay, what drew you to the show? Do you remember?
Chaos.
We do love our chaos.
I love chaos. I love a reality show. I love to watch people trying to chase their dreams, I guess.
Yeah.
But the messiness made me stay.
Yeah. But, obviously you can't talk about America's Next Top Model without talking about its creator, Tyra Banks, who is problematic as fuck. But she did break all kinds of barriers as a black supermodel. She was the first black cover girl for the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
Yeah, I remember that.
But, there were other black supermodels who actually paved the way for women like Tyra Banks. And one of them is a princess.
Okay.
And the royal that we're going to talk about today.
Oh my God, I'm excited. I was realizing we've been talking about Henry and his wives for so long.
I know.
And I'm I actually have no idea who we're talking about. I'm so excited.
I'm just in such a Henry and all of his poor victims mindset.
Yeah.
But no, today we're talking about Esther Kamatari, who is a Burundian princess turned one of France's first black supermodels. Now, if you don't know where Burundi is, let's blame it on our education system here, because our country likes to act like Africa is a whole country instead of a continent with a ton of countries. I won't stay on my soapbox this episode, but I might get back on it. But a quick geography breakdown. So Burundi is a small country in Africa. It's a bit smaller than Maryland, and it's nestled between Tanzania and the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Okay.
So Esther spent her early years in Burundi, but then fled to Paris in the 1970s after violence erupted in her home country. Now, once she was in Paris, she embraced a new life in France and made history on Parisian catwalks. But Esther can't outrun her past, and eventually she has to figure out whether she can be both a world-class supermodel and a people's princess.
Oh.
So, Brooke, it's time to sashay down the runway and get to know a royal cover girl.
I'm excited.
It's the mid-1980s in Paris. Esther Kamatari turns the corner onto a brightly lit stage. She's strutting down a runway as music pounds through loudspeakers and cameras are flashing. It's the fashion show's finale, and Esther's heart is racing with adrenaline. She's in her early 30s, and she's been modeling for over 10 years. But this show is next level exciting. For one, it's at the Louvre, and the crowd is huge. 2,000 people are watching her.
Oh, wow.
Every cheer makes her feel like she's on top of the world.
Every cheer would make me feel like I'm about to fall off the runway. I'd be so scared.
It's not like in the air.
That doesn't matter, Arisha. Heels, walking.
Just walking.
Exactly.
Now, I did check out some of the dresses that Esther wore for this designer, and they are incredible. In one of them, she looks every inch the royal that she is. She's wearing this thin gold crown and these gold bangles. And the dress has a strapless top that's covered in these crystals in gold. And her skirt just like fans out into hundreds of these long, darker colored feathers.
Ooh.
Like basically kind of the bird version of Katniss's flame skirt in the Hunger Games, which I can't remember if you actually saw.
I did see that. Yes,
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah. So just nothing but fashion.
Oh, I love it.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Now, when Esther reaches the end of the runway, the crowd goes nuts, as they should. I mean, she's the muse behind this entire show. Plus, she's sacrificed a lot to get here. She takes a moment to bask in the applause. There's no question about it. She's at the top of her game. Esther turns back and catches her reflection in a mirror. The crown on her head shines in the spotlight, and I feel like it's gotta feel a little contradictory because, she's wearing this crown, and a long time ago, she was a princess of Burundi,
right,
destined to serve her people, but she's now in France, and she's really only used her title to help advance herself in one of Europe's most posh industries. Now, she's found more fame and glory in France than she could have ever imagined. But recently, it feels like the past that she's tried to forget is calling her back. And like maybe her country needs her. For the past 2 decades, Burundi has suffered from violence and political instability. Esther had to flee the country after the monarchy fell and her family was targeted. She thought she found happiness in her new home, but lately her fashion-filled life has been feeling empty. Now, though, Esther focuses back on the catwalk. The crowd is still cheering, but I'm guessing the applause sounds a little bit hollow to her. After so many years of being Esther the supermodel, Esther the princess has been an afterthought. But that's starting to change. The only thing is, Esther's not sure where to begin, or if Burundi even wants her back.